Quick contact between Carpe and teammate. Paranoia does push them back. Very huge use on that, on the scanning and everything. And Dev chases down the kill. Izu does get the contact. Huron already here on Heaven. Does get a couple of frags, important frags, that gives access for ZETA on that A site. A quick plant and follow. X-Grid and Rossi remain to get that retake.
Already so quick into sight, and with that, I mean, how do you retake? You got the Cypher, you got the Viper, and it's not going to be the easiest task in the world, right? You might be able to clear some corners, but when it comes down to the gunplay, ZETA's neatly tucked away inside of Hell. They walk through and, well, Sugar Zero.
Hey, but there is potential on the man himself. I was about to say this, side player is pushed up all the way on Sabrosa.
Whoa!
And wallbang for wallbang. We've seen two different weapons actually get that. Shots through the wall and everything. X-Grid still holding the angle here.
Oh.
And again, a very vocal player at Snakebite, and basically like 3 people of T1 is already here. Izu's finding contact on Hiroron. A couple of pop shots through the walls here, forcing TP away. Dep's got his blades. He's got to create some contact right now. Spots one in front of Rossi. And Rossi's just too good. That generator has turned into his domain, his kingdom, leaving Laz in a very unsightly and unsavory position, and T1 quick to answer. So he just leaves the site and starts to create some tempo here on Heaven. It's going to be very risky, but he has to do this by himself and leave his team to fend off on their own. And it does work out to some extent, but he is on an island right now, Quack. Gets the first one, but Saya player shuts him up very quickly.
Now with it off still looming over their heads, ZETA Division just trying to position themselves safely enough. Laz tucked away in the A main. He's got to make use of that play just right up next to Sugar Zero, because if not, it's easy for T1 to find these 2-on-1s.
Turret is available for Laz here.
Whoa!
Ooh, barely misses into
Jumpy.
the reactionary position.
He's buying time.
He is. Sugar Zero on switch, swings right out. Carby's very quick on that trade. Laz risking his life to get that contact. Has to swing out. Carby's going to be able to maybe have the spike here. No, he does not. That should be just be about that. And Laz, see these Odins, man. The Odin spam is great. Ooh, Saya player though. He's going in for more. I mean, at parties you don't want to double dip, but in Valorant, it's perfectly normal. Even rewarded at times.
Without a doubt, I mean.
Oh, that shock dart. Yikes! Oh, it actually finds Saya player. What a shock dart from Euron. Gets the one. That's
well placed, but apart from that, you know, after a little bit of pressure onto B, the rest of the team already rotated closer towards A. X-Curate and Izu better be ready.
Laz has been spotted already. That is a magical camera there. And Izu, boy, is playing with the hearts here. He cannot get denied. It's all down to Euron. Chases it right in. Time and everything.
Just ready with that Odin.
Dep is all gonna really fall down onto him unless that Odin spam from for Carpe gets so much more value. Saya player getting a little bit too heated on Heaven there, forced to dash away. But this heavy contact from ZETA Division pays off. They'll be able to pick up all the weapons, get them upgrades, and even use that Killjoy lockdown from the extra sauce. But can they break it though? Doors opened up already here. It will get broken because of the trade, but Sugar Zero does get that pick off. 2 versus 3. Extra getting close onto the site. Gives away his position. Smoke gives him a little bit of cover, but also separates the rest of the team right now as Saya player whiffs the blades. They could be swimming in this with very much reduced HPs. Saya player is already looking for the lurk right now. Carpe pushes up. It's immediately traded in. 14 seconds. If Sugar Zero can find something, which he absolutely does. There's a chance, there's a world where they can plant the spike in, but Saya player is wreaking too much havoc on that flank. Thankfully enough, Euron answers in kind. And Rossi plays in the back of the site. Euron, he's absorbing the snake bite to position himself for a better peek. But it doesn't work out. It's a 1 versus 1. Captain Laz!
More open. Let's take down Izu.
Dep. Oh, what a smoke from Rossi here too. They're going the opposite direction, but it is falling as soon as it gets set up. ZETA Division though, is the play to go straight to A. because Carpe's already here, but there seems to be like an over push on T1 side, but I mean, it's granted because they do have the numbers advantage. Laz now caught in a 2 versus 1. He's got to have to make something out of nothing as they detain or delay the players on B main here. And this is why he's the big brother, dude. He's the one that started it all for the Santos.
Hey.
Hiroran able to get the shutdown, but he's alone on an island 3 versus 1.
Unbelievable. Just the mechanical skill involved to make such plays, but also knowing to position themselves in that spot.
Absolutely.
ZETA tries to go for a different approach, right? You got the mid to B, but then it got blocked off that way.
And Hiroran is just very far from any kind of good information whatsoever. Forced to back away. The paranoia is just so damn annoying to deal with. The snake bite, pinning him out in the open. The push out on short.
No way.
Euron's actually looking on his own side of the spawn. He's aware of this, but the damage is being done already by T1 here onto the site, and Euron misses the timing there. Xcrit's flank perfect. Sure, it's going to get traded out, but the damage be done, the site secured, and T1 has every bit of advantage taken to put themselves in a better spot in post-plant.
That actually worked. Okay. I can't believe it. Xcrit looking through all the way like that with the toxic screen that ZETA thought was kind of just left alone. Now with the retakes, how do you follow through?
They're just brute forcing their way. Let's see how well their brute force is going to work out. I mean, Sugar Zero and Depp is dealing some damage. Is there any smokes that, again, Sugar Zero can put himself on? Half on the defuse. He's got to have to hold this for his teammate, and he does. More spy actually here. Side player with a big dash in, right on top of Generator here, and the damage! Oh boy, the damage very much felt.
Yeah, we don't see this too often. The force buy, ZETA did not expect it whatsoever. They suddenly blinked and 3 members dropped dead.
That's
tough retake. I mean, this is gonna have to be a call to a save for me.
They might not know what they can uncover at the back at this entire B side. Excuse me if I'm fumbling, because right now this is gonna go for a full blast fight, and Depp hasn't been spotted just yet. Now they know. There's so much to happen here, and Depp is holding on. The call, the rotation, it's perfect. Xcrit now has to hold. Euron spotted through the smoke by Saya players. Late lurk on mid, and T1. What's perfect about this is if they do, there's like 2 players that they can catch off on the spawn. It doesn't matter anymore. Sugar Zero's by himself. He really has to just do godly anchoring stuff here, or else. Well, he does get 2. But, I mean, ZETA's never in a spot where they can really be confident in retaking things.
The drone ignored.
What a risky position for ZETA to play in. It actually still works out in the end. Xcrit now should get spotted as well here, as he uses the smokes to get him out of harm's way. We haven't really seen any aggressive push-outs from ZETA at all. No? Like, no Korean flash and dash on mid. If ever we see any of that, it's always just been Depp just swinging out, but that's not going to be enough.
Yeah, I feel like no big reason to, because they're always kind of anticipating that T1 is playing that default, and that's what they're doing this round. Very, very tricky to work off against. So just kind of hanging back, getting the info, playing off of it. Hiroran now.
He's getting chased. Wow, he has to hold this. He's good enough for the 1, though. They do know that Rossi as well as Xcrit somewhere stuck on spawn. What is Depp thinking about here?
Whoa.
It's him just thinking about, it's going to be nasty.
A poison cloud. Oh, ooh.
He does get 1. He dashes over, but gets immediately traded. Activates the Hunter's Fury. And Hiroran holding on.
Oh!
And he does blast Xcrit away. That's a spike drop down on short too. 12 seconds. So unless Saya player can take down 4 players in 2-second intervals each with 8 seconds left, quick maths for you, this should be another round for ZETA Division.
Back towards A.
They're just about to touch tips.
Oh.
There you go. Dev's gotten the first one. Nightfall activated. They'll trace everyone at the back of A. Saya player, though, chasing him to the ends of the earth. He wants that contact play in motion, but off-cap kills Euron and Depp. Rossi and Saya answers back. Laz at the back of the site. Gets some coverage on the smoke by his teammate. Has to hold. If he makes any big noise, that could give Rossi an opportunity here. As you do see Izu slowly creeping his way onto fast lane. The fragment's perfect. That does force back Rossi for the moment here. Rossi's just trapped. He bumped himself into the corner, and it's all down to Izu. 50 seconds, spike in hand. He's pushing himself forward. He knows he can't plant the spike without them punishing him, so he might as well just be proactive with this one. And Laz finds him with the beautiful 3K.
Oh, what is this now?
They're making a lot of noise here. What is happening for Excurate? He's already been spotted! Euron coming in from the pinch all the way from downtown onto short. Snake Bite activated here on A main. Maybe to stop any pushers out from ZETA Division, but ultimately also stops T1 from pushing up into A main right now.
Yeah, man. Mega impact kill. Excurate has been such an annoying lurk for the past several rounds. Now they're just like, you know, if he's going to be alone this round, you know, previous round they tried the B push, they're not going to try it again. Let's punish him.
That was also the first time we've seen that pitch play come out from ZETA, so
yeah,
that's the reason why I kind of freaked out a little bit.
I'm freaking out right there with you, dude. Now it's going to be a 4-on-5 without Excurate. That's a lot of pressure off of ZETA's shoulders.
True, but all things can always be turned up.
This is for that overtime or bust, man.
Yes, for sure.
Not to mention, you know, ZETA can still play it safe. Laz still has the lockdown for the retake.
They do have this smoke, though. With the Prowler combination, it pushes back so much. You can't see Laz has to hold on for his teammate, but it's a beautiful bait and switch. Now, there's going to be the plant on the spike.
Lockdown. Lockdown.
They do have it. Rossi's going to hold the angle here. No, two of them will actually do so. Crossfire's bound. Euron's finally shut down here, but this could become deadly, which it does. Izu gets spotted out. Rossi's already done his damage. Carpe's gonna have to come big with the Guardian. Not gonna happen for now. And now Rossi, 50 HP.
What are you gonna do?
Locked down. He has to cross or even get a kill. If he does, maybe he has his ultimate. I don't know. He's there. He's there with him, but again, the detain is looming over his head, and ZETA Division almost looking to get tripped up on map 1. But here comes the push here and now. If Carpe can have his hunt up and available here as they want to explode through the smoke, this could be something. They're able to at least get these contact plays, but it's heavily in the favor of T1. Hold on. It's actually been turned on its head. 2 versus 2. There's one more. Izu on top, and Huron assists Sugar Zero.
Don't challenge the toxic screen, please.
Oh man, if that drops, everything will break loose. All hell will be unleashed. Trades still actually looking favorable here from the defender's side as Laz is down to single digits at this point. Izu thankfully not spotted by that haunt as they call in Excurate reinforcements. Smoke's about to go down. 40 seconds. And all still up in the air here, Quack, especially now that, again, the chamber is available for contact.
Very close to it. It is definitely possible. Well, it depends on how sharp Excurate can still be. That's it. You don't want to lose the guns. Laz on the Bulldog. But they have to make their way through. 20 seconds left.
He's just going to randomly pop shots, isn't he? Yeah, he is. 15 seconds, though. They're all reloading. Oh my gosh, they actually go for around the peaks. 10 more seconds.
Gotta hunt.
He's gotta have to plant the spike here. Izu's getting closer and closer. My heart cannot take this, and the punish is good.
And Carpe was the one kind of top fragging. Now it's gonna be Saya player with the raise nades.
Yeah, on a buy round 2 for ZETA Division. That's not looking too hot, especially now that, you know, ZETA has the weapons per se. Euron even having to change up into a rifle from his Odin as he needs a little bit more of that precise firepower to maybe deal some damage here. And they gotta be careful that they don't get hit by these wild shots from Rossi too.
There.
Saya player's just holding an angle right now. Get a pick off very quickly, very cleanly. And Rossi, boy.
One enemy remaining.
Carpe's quick to go for the punish. Laz all alone, by himself, lurking. So he has to pick up the spike. And he just has to go all the way for this pilgrimage on this A side, and it's not going to be too pretty for him.
Yeah, he's got some stragglers tailing behind him too.
Oh yeah, you're right. And he does not have his turret, so just about to hit this lurk, and he's looking
That's
to what's in front of him. Yeah.
I mean, to me, like this round, you know, the way it starts off.
That nade is going to be good for Depp, though. That's going to flush out Saya player's positioning here, and Depp converts. Again, these kind of fights are incredibly messy, and they just have to make it happen, right? That's as good as it gets, to be honest.
Whoa.
And Excurrent, it's not just the off, man. It's everything. And it's all going to be down to Laz to plant that spike. Sugar Zero was way too far because he committed the feint already all the way on tree. Again, they're very much lost for kind of contact here.
Very crucial for them to get bits more space, and then here comes that Depp. Oh, what is this? He saw a little bit.
Did he saw a little bit, or was he just thinking, this is a Omen-sized smoke? Or Omen-sized pocket of a smoke.
Possible, yeah.
Let's see if I shoot this and then someone comes out. Izu does.
But of course, I mean, with the way that they actually took this, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Very crucial for Yuron and Sugar Zero to really block things off with the toxic screen, gives them a bit more space. Depp is then allowed to get into tree along with the blast packs, making their way onto site. That's the thing with double op, right? Very difficult to retake with.
Yeah.
And especially if you got the smokes and if you choose the right site, that you kind of, you know, render these ops somewhat, you know, not as effective, and you might be able to have a better day.
They're not going to know about this.
That's the thing.
Yikes, Excurrent, what a mad lad. And he's not done! No!
That was a wallbang headshot.
Excurrent, he's not done! He's got the 3K already! He keeps re-peeking, and they keep giving him the opportunity to stay in highlight reel mode.
Enough!
Enough's enough, man. Question is, where's the plan on the spike? Because if it's placed on safe, they have to start pushing out. That is a misstep from Depp. ZETA are really getting into their own heads here. T1 got everything locked and loaded. Sure, there's going to be the plant on the spike. Viper Pit as well. But the pinch from T1 can still come in pretty swift.
There.
Well, let's see if ZETA can buy enough time to prevent that from happening. Laz on just a heck of a journey. Ooh.
That was pretty quick here. Redeems himself from the Rosa. Euron's backing away as well. Any form of lineups is going to be huge, and any form of delay is massive. And that it is. They got everybody from T1 cooking inside that pit. The decay too strong. He pocketed his teammate Izu around the corner there. Are they going to actually check in? Of course not. Can he TP out for safety, not get traded? Well, he will be. Excurrent's down to 5 too. I don't know how he actually took that damage in, but it's going to be that. But of course, T1 not missing a beat, going to start making some waves here. Laz by himself forced himself to go into a fight, but of course, this is the captain we're talking about. He might not have gotten all of the highlights in these past two games, but it's still a force to be reckoned with.
Excurrent's really low, but it is an op, though. As long as he stays tucked away, if the rendezvous comes back up, too, let me actually ask it. It could be really, really still deadly. Just enough for them to sneak through.
The paranoia is gonna...
They'll have no idea that he's here.
That's true enough,
30
but
seconds left.
with this turret... Oh my god, how did the turret not kill him?
Spike planted.
The turret fired, though. They know he's there.
What's the angle?
No!
Excurrent, how do you find these angles, man? Sugar Zero, 2 versus 1. With his teammate dropping down, with Laz not having the support of the turrets anymore, yeah, Sugar Zero just needs to find some form of solace here, and that smoke gives him a little bit of coverage. Excurrent, my guy, goes in for the no-scope. Spike planted right beside him.
Okay.
He gets the first one. Smoke giving a little bit more cover. It dissipates, but Rossi coming in around bend. Especially with Carpe so close there. If they commit to this fight, he has a nightfall, and they are going to try to do so. Depp charging in. slowly creeping up. It's a risk he's willing to take, and it's a risk that's not going to pay off.
Just stubborn, and now they keep peeking into this. It's not going to work. They're afraid to turn back as well because someone else could have pushed up onto pillars.
Poison's off.
The devil you know, the devil you don't, right? Headshot
We know.
angles with an Odin. There it is, cherry on top. Seals the deal.
Now they're on the attack, and this is where Carpe will be more effective. Hidoran still peeking out.
Okay, these trades are still somewhat manageable. Never mind. Down to just Laz running all the way through that A site. Classic in hand, Excurant holding tight little angle here on stairs. And as the smoke comes into play, wow, this is like 3 people just looking straight into Laz if he pushes this. There shouldn't be any chance for him to even get a frag.
Hidoran has sightlines. Definitely hears that rendezvous being placed down. What?
Ayo.
30 seconds left.
And X-Ray hasn't actually TP'd away yet, so he can get a more forward position here on Waterfall. And again, just wait around the rendezvous. He doesn't even get paranoid. It hits the shot on Sugar Zero.
Standing.
Deb, if Deb went down to an up in that fashion, I'm already calling it X-Grid's best operator player here on Asia Pacific. The Deb swing out to the paranoia. Plays in the favor of Deb here, though, because Izu's going to have to get closer and closer in.
Whoa.
And Deb's just 100% defusing the spike. What a call, what a cat. If they don't have any flashes, which they don't, they're going to have to go in, dry on the contacts, and T1 is just ripping them apart. There's that long flank coming in from Deb, but he's already so late. Laz, sure, he can pick up X-Grit here, but that spike is gonna explode regardless. There is the alley-oop here from Saya player, and Deb, I don't know if he's gonna get engulfed by the event horizon.
The lockdown does come into it, but then as the peaks come through, just simple shot from Excurant, and it says everything.
Also, think about this. He hits those shots with the Tour de Force. That slows everybody down. Through the wall, one more in, and I mean, was there ever a doubt we were going to go to map number 3?
ZETA going in for the double initiator instead.
X-Grit still on B main. This might not get flushed out by Euron at all, and there it is. Saya player finds Dep as well. Can even go for the aggressive peek if he wants to, because X-Grit's right there, his buddy, to give him the support, to give him the hand. And this nade, will it flush him out? Absolutely it will, as Huron falls down. As I mentioned, 3 players of T1 going in for the flank. Has to break that trap first, and Laz on first contact is gonna get punished. They're just gonna go with this for the 3-man push. They do upgrade some of their weapons, so there is better firepower right now from T1. The risk to actually push up on A main pays off. Numbers favoring Zeta Division, but that's never been a hindrance here for T1.
Oh.
They do line up for Dep in that high vantage point, and Izu left by himself.
Situation, or to at least get a pinch on the Saya.
Wow. Did they understood that he was there, or someone at least pocketed themselves on the corner? That was absolutely monumental. Haunt from out of nowhere. Laz finds an opening. Rossi does get a trade, but ultimately Huron finds him.
Coach Autumn called the timeout for a reason, but look at Deb soaring through the air.
Well, you know, sometimes when you're up in the air, you can get grounded. And boy, did he. Sugar Zero's gonna use the paranoia. They're committing to get this quick take on the B site because they aren't afraid of how much retake power T1 has. So the more that they can play for this post plant, the better it should be for Zeta Division here. But again, as I mentioned, Saya player, he's got the Boombayah. Nightfall gonna be used for a bit of that coverage. And oh my god, this is just gonna be them, Zeta Division, praying to dear God that nobody from T1 can spot them out, which they absolutely are. And they just get torn apart as that retake from T1. Anyways, A site not secured at all by Zeta here. Saya player into the corner and he explodes. Huron sure he got himself that trade-off, but Excurant doubling up,
know
and it's
exactly
trade for
how to
trade,
treat
man.
the
They are
spike.
dwindling in the numbers. Thankfully enough, that Neural Theft is going to give that information. The double swing out on mid!
Laz.
Laz! Double kill! And an opportunity, a chance, a hope, a dream. He's down to 30. Did he hear the noise from Rossi? Because that's going to be important. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Laz, he's got a chance, but he's 30 HP.
Yeah, at the very least, maybe he gets the spike plant, but then you got Rossi who's able to kind of sneak back up around. And Laz always has to wonder where he's going to show up from. For
30
all you
seconds
know,
left.
Rossi might actually pull off such a crazy flank to push through tiles or something. Of course, it's going to be Link that's the easier option, or Ali. Either way, Laz has a lot to consider. Wow, Spycam might actually give up a little bit.
10
spotted him.
seconds
10
left.
seconds. Now he's got information and just has to land the shot.
He has a snake bite too. Rossi can play this perfectly. Rossi, he gets tagged. He knows exactly where he is. What a risky proposition from both sides. But Rossi,
Now T1 is positioned straight up. They are looking for that retakes play. Doesn't even matter. Saya, it's the same angle and it has been punished before. ZETA doesn't look very comfortable on this map. Rolling Thunder committed though.
Dep, he's not even looking above him, man. That's a lap of judgment right there. That was a big ultimate use too. Laz as well as Sugar Zero.
There.
Are they going to force themselves to actually go for a swing right now? They try to give themselves a bit more positioning to play around with the smoke placed at the back of A. But it's a 5 versus 2 Quack. Numbers overwhelming here. They got to dig deep.
Last player standing.
It's not deep enough. It's a 6-foot hole in the ground as 2 players of ZETA Division buried alive on a site. There's no sure thing, right? As I mentioned, it's a rough house. They're brute forcing their way here and hoping that any contact leads to something good.
But it doesn't though. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
Saya player shuts him down. Carpe picks up one as well. 3 players left in this round. Round 11.
Crimea River on this one, man. They line up. That's big damage too onto Euron, even if he survives, right? He's like 4
One
HP.
enemy remaining.
What? Did side player just hit him through a flash? Anyways, here on. From here on out, he's by himself. He's got a Nightfall. He's got the whole kit available as that Fade, so he's not going to lack anything in terms of scouting, right?
There.
But the problem is, it's a 3 versus 1.
Yeah, you've got some utility, but as a Fade, it's just not really that useful. You might be able to throw out a Haunt or a Seize.
He has Nightfall.
Prowler too. Yeah, I don't know if Nightfall in a 1-on-3, right?
Goodbye.
Well, that is a great start.
One enemy
That's
remaining.
even better.
He can throw it inside the smoke. He can throw it inside the smoke. Can he? He even sees
Get
Side
out.
player. Just throw everything, man. Just do it right
Prowler
now.
blind him.
He's not even defusing. Come on. You already know what's happening.
And because Saya can't
Boosh.
hear it, yeah.
Wow. X-Grid stunned in. Is Dev going to be able to get him? No, even through the stun, that is huge.
Should've.
He still has his tripwires, and this is just going through the meat grinder.
Good.
ZETA Division, you know what? They have turned into a team full on contact. I'm all for it. It is messy. It turns into a 3 versus 2, but it is fun as hell to watch. Hiroron's not going to be expecting this big flank coming in from Carpe. And Sugar Zero, no TPs to get you out of this one. It's you on an island, 3 versus 1. Can you handle the pressure? Shock darts, pop shots, swing outs, everything thrown onto Sugar Zero. Lower bracket.
That's the bigger part. You just chill out. And you get to study VODs.
I love
course,
studying
though.
VODs.
Depp right now going on the offensive. ZETA wanting to pick up this pistol.
Laz dragging Carpe's HP to the floor, down to 10. ZETA Division's had enough, man. They've seen too much aggression from T1. They want to dish it back out themselves. They do spread themselves a little bit thin here, even though it's a 3 versus 4 with the numbers favoring ZETA Division. They have to get some control of the sites back as well as mid, and that is no easy feat when you've lost Laz already. But because of this, T1, they've already pushed themselves up onto top mid. This could separate the positions. This could isolate Huron, and he might not be prepared for the lurk that is about to come.
Carpe down low as well, too, though.
Oh, the timing.
Now they spotted him.
Where are you?
This
Strike
should
down
be easily dismantleable by ZETA Division.
If they don't overplay their cards, they should be able to, as you mentioned. But
There.
T1's so tricky that you never know what's going to happen. So I'm just here all for it. What a flash!
So much
Ending ahead.
Sure enough, everything's been running rampant here.
Depp trying to get him.
Oh yeah, that's a big catch too. He wanted to get that that aggressive control on mid, but just fumbles in front of him. X-Crit slowly creeping up onto B main here, calling in the rest of his team, trying to use that camera to coax some kind of peek here from Laz, and it works favorably for them. Sugar Zero does get the trade. He repositions around the corner. Do they know about this? Full control.
Wow.
And Sugar Zero, what a mad lad, actually making that happen. Huron now coming in for the big flanks, only has a Guardian in hand.
spike planted.
Slowly creeping up. Rossi
Enemy remaining.
down. Carpe could be exposed. Gives away his position. He knows he's coming in for a market here. Sees the reposition right now and could even start to defuse that spike. But Carpe, quick and decisive is what T1 needs, and that is what Carpe delivers.
His numbers. I think that's why Extra was thinking about going through market, but it's a little bit risky as you never know what's lurking around mid.
30
Wow.
seconds left.
Wow, actually extending all the way through.
Whoa, they don't even respect this! Excurate!
How?
Huron! He thought his position was sneaky. He thought he could maybe get that refrag. Absolutely not. No ace for Excurate here though. But damage be done. And everybody on ZETA be damned. As T1 is just swimming in it. There could be the half here for Laz. Gives him a little bit more time to play around things with.
That's the most you can get.
Charges.
Oh no, Huron. Yeah, I mean, he was very afraid of that showstopper just being blasted in front of him, so he tries to get that value with the peek out, but ultimately it's a lose-lose situation. Laz exposed too. Now they know he's somewhere on top A here.
Spike
I
planted.
believe that is a fresh smoke, so they have to wait for a good chunk of time or just YOLO push through it.
No.
Yeah, there it is. They're gonna have to try to do something, but there's a lot of crossfires. Depp does get some damage, but again, with this elevated positioning from Izu, that is very difficult to try to go up against. It's Saya player. Sees the cross coming into a link. Here's Depp with the flank already. Press still happens. Huron falls.
One enemy remaining.
One more alive. That's
down
going to be Saya
A.
player. 10 seconds.
10 seconds left.
Shouldn't be a win here. Can make it expensive though, which he does as he finds Laz. ZETA Division somehow manages to live the fight for another round.
A lot of options. Oh, no. Okay, well, not that, though. That's not an option.
Dude just straight up walked into stairs. Not sure what that was about.
My camera is.
Anyways, step in the right direction at least here. Spots a couple of the shock darts. Laz swings out. Does have a teammate right beside him, but is this going to be a quick little chase here from T1?
Oh, interesting.
Laz is in a really bad spot here, and Carpe!
What was that
3 kills! Death Laz! Sugar Zero on the blink of an eye, down, down, and down! Nightfall activated here. They got to try to make something happen, right? Because of the Viper's Pit. From Rossi looking a little bit too dangerous. The hunt comes in. The pistol. 1 versus 1. Rossi still hidden inside his own ultimate.